Okay, perfect. So our report for the Apple stock is ready. You can see that the report is very detailed and it's divided by revenue growth, profitability, price history, technical indicators, and then conclusion. It's saying that the revenue growth was strong, especially quarterly. Also some significant net income increase. I don't know why the font is so weird here. Probably some italic markdown that is not being showed in Streamlit properly, but it's okay, doesn't matter right now. We have some volatility in the price during the last weeks. It's saying the RSI is around 50 something, which is not overbought and also not oversold. If you don't know, anything below 30, 40 is oversold, and anything above 70, 80 is like overbought. So let's continue. And the most important part, according to our agent, Apple stock is a strong buy. And why? Because it has a strong revenue growth, a strong profitability, and the RSI indicator is showing a safe place to buy. But again, guys, do not decide to buy Apple stock based on this report. Hey everyone, Nariman here, welcome to my channel. Today we want to make an AI agent using Pydantic AI and also ChatGPT to analyze stocks. So what I want is to provide ChatGPT with enough information about the stock, like its financial reports, its price history, and also maybe some technical indicators. And then we can highlight that what it should focus on. And then we want this answer from it. Is this a stock a sell? Is it a buy? Should we hold it? Stuff like that. And please notice that you shouldn't use this script for actually buying or selling the stocks. This is just a showcase. I am not suggesting you a trading strategy. I'm just showing you how you can leverage LLMs to automate your strategies for trading. So if you have a winning strategy in a stock market, with what I am showing you, you can automate it. If you were able to analyze one stock per day, now with these automation tools, you can analyze like 100 stock per day. It just makes you faster. So please note that the stock market has a very high risk. You can lose money in there, and no one can predict it, even LLMs and AI. So with that being said, let's move on to the code. I'm gonna use yfinance for this project to fetch all the information that I want for a stock. This can be price history, this can be financial report, we would see in the future. And this time I'm gonna use Pydantic AI to create agents. I decided to show you new frameworks on working with LLMs. Previously, I was working more or less with LangChain and LangGraph, but recently I had a look at Pydantic AI, and I can see that it has a very interesting structure to build agents. So I'm gonna show it today to you how you can leverage it. I also need async.io, which is a library for async programming. It's just a small use case that I will show you in the project. And of course, I'm gonna use a Streamlit to create a very simple UI for our agent. So to set up our project, we need to do two things. First of all, let me go to the terminal. The first thing is to install all the dependencies. They are in the requirements.txt file, so I can install it using pip like this. After that, I'm gonna use ChatGPT as I told you. So in order to call ChatGPT's API, you need to have an API key. You can easily obtain it from the OpenAI website. And then what you need to do is to export it as an environment variable. You can do OpenAI API key, and then here you need to paste it. I already did it before, so I don't need to do it right now. But if it's your first time using OpenAI API on your local machine, you need to do it. You also can pass it inside the code, but this is the better way. So let's have a look at our project structure. Let's go to the code. So I already created our steps for our agent. Our agent needs a bunch of tools to interact with external APIs to get all the information that it needs. In our case, we are going to provide a prompt to our agent, and we are going to say, analyze this symbol, which belongs to a stock, based on these information that I'm going to provide to you. So our agent will try to use these tools to get all that information that is necessary to analyze a stock. I decided to give it these information. Some stock information, like what is the name of the company, what is the market cap, maybe some ratios like P to E or P to S, anything like this. Then I will give it a bunch of quarterly financial reports. And apart from that, I will also give it some annual financial reports, like last 5 years or 4 years. And of course, also the price history is interesting for me. I'm gonna use weekly price history because for investment, like weekly or monthly is better. If you are gonna use it for trading, for example, you can even use hourly price history or daily price history. And I'm gonna also give it one indicator. I'm gonna use RSI, and since I'm using weekly price history, I'm gonna also calculate RSI weekly. Indicators are just some technical tools that try to predict the future for that stock. So these are the information that I think is good enough for this showcase. But in the future, if you are using this approach, you can add any information that you think is necessary for your trading strategy. You can add some stuff from the balance sheet, you can add some stuff from the cash flow statement, but I'm gonna stick to this for this showcase. So yeah, let's start coding. First of all, I need to define my agent. This agent class is from Pydantic AI, and I need to give it my LLM model that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna say OpenAI, and I'm gonna use GPT-4o. It should be good enough for our use case. One important thing that you need to notice is that we are gonna use some tools, and these tools requires function calling. So if your model doesn't support function calling, you cannot use it with this script. Unfortunately, a lot of new reasoning models like DeepSeek doesn't support function calling, so I couldn't use it here. So this is something that you need to know. The other thing that I'm gonna add here is the dependency type. Dependency type is our input. What kind of input are we going to give to this agent? I'm gonna just pass the symbol name of the stock, so it can be a string. So I'm gonna say a string. And then you can also pass some settings, which are some parameters that you pass to the LLM to control its output. I'm gonna also pass a model setting. And then this model settings, I'm gonna pass temperature as 0. Why I'm gonna put temperature as 0? Because I don't want any randomness. I want consistent results, and I don't want to run this agent once and it's gonna say to me that you need to buy this stock, and the other time when I'm running it, it's gonna say you need to sell this stock. I want consistency, so I'm gonna go with temperature as 0. Let's also break this down a little bit so you can see better. And at the end, I'm gonna pass a system prompt. What system prompt is gonna do is gonna say to you what exactly this agent is going to do. You need to define it step by step and in detail that, for example, you are an AI assistant, you need to analyze the stocks, you need to use this information, that information, and you need to give me this response. For saving the time, I already created some prompt for this. So I'm gonna just copy it here and then explain it to you. Let me just copy that. And I'm gonna paste it here. And let's have a look. So we are gonna say you are an advanced AI stock rating agent. You are designed to rate a stock from A, which is a strong buy, to E, which is a strong sell. You need to focus on revenue growth, profitability, price history trends, and some technical indicators. And again, at the end, I'm saying in detail what I mean by each rating. Like a strong buy is something that is very, has some very strong growth potential. A buy is something that is giving some good results, some financial reports that are interesting and looks undervalued. By hold or CV means that it's fairly valued already. If you have it, you better to hold it. But if you don't have it, you don't necessarily need to buy it. And then sell and a strong sell, of course, the company is not doing very well. The price trends are looking dangerous. Financial reports are showing that the revenue is not growing, stuff like this. So this is going to be our system prompt. Now that we have our agent, I need to decorate all of my tools here. So Pydantic knows that this is a tool that the agent can use. So we need to put all of these agent.tool decorations on the tools that we want to provide to the LLM. Let's do this. And notice that we are passing the run context. It's because we need some information about the agent that is running. For example, the dependency that I told you about, the symbol of the stock. So we need to pass this as argument. So we are able to access those information. So to fetch the stock information, first of all, we need to ask yfinance to load the information for this stock symbol. As I told you, our dependency is a string, which is the stock symbol that we are passing to this agent. So we can access it like this. I'm gonna call this stock. And then we have a map on the stock object called info. And this one has all the information about the stock, from the name of the company to the market cap to stuff like this. I'm gonna just filter a bunch of these information to pass it to our LLM. For this, I need another dictionary. And I'm gonna say key inside stock info key for key in, yeah, like for example, name, market cap, and sector. I'm just filtering a huge map with just the keys that I want to use. And I guess that is good enough. Yeah, the sector is also interesting to know, like in which sector the company is operating. Is it technology? Is it healthcare? So we just need to return this filtered map. And that would be it for our stock info. For the quarterly financial, this part would be the same. I still need to load the stock. And then on the stock, we have a thing called quarterly financials. And then we need to transpose it and we can return this. So this will return the whole quarterly financials of the last 4 quarters. But to keep things simple, I just want to pass a few fields regarding the revenue, net income, operating income, stuff like this. And I don't want to pass all the other information here to the LLM, like taxes and I don't know, EBITDA. So I can also filter the fields that I want here. I can pass a list and then I'm gonna say total revenue and net income. You can pass whatever field that is interesting to you when you are analyzing a financial report. For this showcase, this is fine. And notice that at the end, since it's a data frame, I'm gonna call the toCSV method. So we are converting it to a string that is comma separated, and it's good enough for LLM to understand it. For the annual financials, which is the annual reports of the company for the last 4 years, I guess, from yfinance, you can copy the same. Only it's not quarterly financials. It is called only financials. So this will give you the total revenue and net income in a CSV format for the annual financials. For weekly price history, of course, you again need to load the stock, but there is a history method that you can see, that you can say how long you want to go back, like the period. I'm gonna say 1 year. I want to go back 1 year. That is enough for our showcase. And then interval, of course, needs to be 1 week. And then we are gonna convert it to the CSV. So let's return this. So we are returning the price history of the last year for any company that we want to see, but the candles are weekly. And then to calculate RSI weekly, this is something that is not that easy. It needs a little bit of coding, but just to explain it to you, RSI is a momentum indicator, and it's gonna show to you how strongly and how quickly a price change is happening. So for this, we need to calculate average gain and average loss in a certain time period, and then calculate this using a formula that I will show to you. I'm gonna fetch the same price history that I showed you, and I'm gonna call this data, and then I'm gonna read the close prices and call diff on it, and this will be our delta. And also, yeah, we don't need this to be CSV anymore. We need the data frame, so let's remove that. So whenever this delta is positive, the difference of the close prices is positive, we can say it was a gain. And whenever it is not positive, we are gonna say it's a loss. So let's differentiate that. I'm gonna say delta where delta is positive. Then let's also say that if it was NA, which is like not available, also put 0. This can be our gain. And then if it's negative, I'm gonna call it loss. Yeah, we need also a minus here. Then, as I told you, we need a average of the gain and the loss. So I'm gonna say gain rolling. I'm gonna use the window of 14 and the mean periods of 1, and then I'm gonna calculate the average. So this will be for the gain, this will be for the loss. Let's call this average gain, and let's call this average loss. Then we need to divide the average gain and average loss. I'm gonna call this something like RS, or relative strength. And then finally our formula, RSI would be 100 minus 100 divided by 1 plus RS. So this is the formula for RSI. And this will be calculated over the 1 year period for each week. But what I am interested in the current RSI value. So I'm gonna just take the last one. So it will be RSI ILOC minus 1. This will give me the last RSI, which is for this week. So yeah, we have now all of our tools. all of the information that this agent will call, and we connected it using this decoration. Now it's time for us to create the UI. I'm gonna use the Streamlit's select box because I don't want to give the user an input so they can make mistakes like typing symbol names. And for our showcase, I'm gonna just put a bunch of stock information. Let's put Apple. Let's put, I don't know, Tesla. Let's put maybe accidental petroleum, something. Yeah, that should be enough. And I guess this should be a list. And you can also add a message like saying, please select a stock symbol, something like this. Please select a stock symbol. And this is gonna give us our stock symbol. I'm gonna call it symbol. So when we have our symbol, we need to call our agent with the information. I'm gonna call run sync method. You can provide a user prompt. User's prompt is, yeah, please analyze this stock, something like this. So user is asking, analyze this stock. And then as the dependency, we're gonna pass symbol. This will give us the result. And since the answer would be containing some markdown probably from the LLM, I'm gonna use ST markdown and then show the results data. So this would have a slight problem when I'm running it, but I'm just gonna show you why I'm gonna use async IO to resolve it. First, let's see it. I'm gonna say Streamlit run and then AI stock analyzer. Yeah, you can see that we have an error here. Let me show you. It's gonna say there is no current event loop in thread, and apparently there is some problem between Streamlit and Pydantic and their event loop. So what I found out is that if you use async IO and add this code to create a new event loop, and then set it, it's gonna resolve this issue. So I came up with this solution. I'm not even sure that it's like the best solution. Let me know if you know any other way. But yeah, let's go back to the terminal and clear this. So one more time, Streamlit run AI stock analysis.py. Let's go to the browser and you can see now we don't have any error. Okay, perfect. So our report for the Apple stock is ready. You can see that the report is very detailed and it's divided by revenue growth, profitability, price history, technical indicators, and then conclusion. It's saying that the revenue growth was strong, especially quarterly. Also some significant net income increase. I don't know why the font is so weird here. Probably some italic markdown that is not being showed in Streamlit properly, but it's okay, doesn't matter right now. We have some volatility in the price during the last weeks. It's saying the RSI is around 50 something, which is not overbought and also not oversold. If you don't know, anything below 30, 40 is oversold, and anything above 70, 80 is like overbought. So let's continue. And the most important part, according to our agent, Apple stock is a strong buy. And why? Because it has a strong revenue growth, a strong profitability, and the RSI indicator is showing a safe place to buy. But again, guys, do not decide to buy Apple stock based on this report. It's as good as the information that you give it. For example, if I gave it another technical indicator that's like moving average that is saying you should sell Apple stock, it will affect this report. So please just use this showcase to apply your trading strategy to it. Don't rely on this report for buying and selling stocks. Let's go and see one other stock, maybe Occidental Petroleum. Let's wait for the report to be generated. Okay, so our report is ready. Let's see what is the rating. Yes, C, which means hold, because our AI agent thinks that the company is not doing that great right now. And if you have it, it's better to hold it because the RSI is very low, so it can show a momentum that the stock is going to bounce back. But financial reports are not that great, which makes sense because oil price was going down the last quarters after the war between Russia and Ukraine, which the prices were going crazy high and it was very profitable. You can also fact check anything that the AI agent is saying by going to some website like TradingView and check the reports yourself. For example, here, if I only select net income and total revenue, you can see that quarterly it's fluctuating, and annual from 2022 to 2023 it was a huge decrease in revenue and net income, which is reflected here in the report. So it's doing good. So yeah, that was it, guys. I will also put the source code on GitHub so you can use it and also modify it, add your trading strategy and play around with it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like this video and also subscribe me for more content like this. See you around.